Got some music gonna go on. Ready? Get you jammed up. So makes you wanna. I just thought it was cool because this is a great classic of just rock and roll drums. Getting coming in. Hello, hello, hello,
Ah,
hello. Hello and welcome to Pinky's Powerhouse Productions podcast. My name is Tanya, aka Pinky. When life kicks you in the
welcome.
or slaps you in the face, how do you get back up? What motivates you and inspires you to find the passion and energy to fight and be heard, taking back your life and then showing others how to inspire to reclaim their power? Let's dive in. This week's guest, we have Nate, but we all know him as Haze Hollywood, aka Mx AGRA for 2025 and 2026. And we want to say, and we got some applause. We want to say, ready, welcome. All right. So, well, we have this. It was a surprise guest for this month, but we're always love about that is we had sometimes you got to just be on the fly, and it's just about the beautify. We want to know. Okay, we know what a beautiful person that you are, and how you have shined on this year. And you come like a whooshing wave last year on the IGRA circuit, but this year you were was it you're competing for the rookie of the year? So tell us more about that. What's going on? What's that?
Howdy, y'all. I'm Nate Magoo. By day, most days. I also identify as Hayes Hollywood. My pronouns could be he, him, or they, them. Um, well, this is, yeah, my rookie year inside of the arena as a contestant. And um, where there's a dream, there's a way. And this year, after, watching from the outside volunteering, I just wanted to dive deep. Not too deep because, I'm not trying to get busted, but I wanted to have fun, get out in the ring and, show that I can be a competitor, not
Should
just
we explain what
talk about
IGRA is? International Gay Rodeo, and then it's been
it.
around for 50
Absolutely.
years.
Absolutely. Now going to be in its 51st year. IGRA is the International Gay Rodeo Association that encompasses basically the United States and Canada. So that's what kind of makes us international. It's broken down into 13 different chapters and still growing because now we have Florida, Michigan. We have so many different additions to um, um, our organization that makes us international and count countrywide, which is
Canada
pretty
makes
darn
us
cool.
international. Yes,
Yeah.
Canadian
So
rugby.
it's beautiful to see it grow within the 50 years. I know it started with several chapters, Colorado being like the main one. Um, and then, yeah, just seeing it evolve and grow. New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, it just,
How did you get involved with age rate? How did it just start?
um, So I'm going to take you back in time. This all started through my church, believe it or not. Back in 2014, the year before I started drag, I found Community Church of Hope. And part of Community Church of Hope is they like to advocate a lot in public spaces. And so, because it's also a nonprofit, it has to maintain funds in order to keep thriving as an organization. Even though it's a church, it's also a nonprofit because it has a public presence and um, no monetary any contribution other than its members and public. So through that, I became a volunteer because I love to give back. I started doing pride events where I would come out and cheer, you know, festive and cheer because I used to be a cheerleader. And then I was introduced to the rodeo where I got to volunteer. Started as a ticket person, and then I worked my way into being like one of the gate watchers, I guess, to make sure everyone was, legit. And so I kind of just scooted closer and closer and closer. And then I had the opportunity from royalty to get inside of the arena. So it's like, okay, well, let's not dive in because we got to explore what this is about. This is unknown territory. So 2025 was my introduction year to really getting inside of the arena and kind of volunteer. And so with that, I got to play with lots of goats. I got to name some goats, which, is a thing in the rodeo world. And honestly, I got to travel across the country. Within my 2025 year, I got to go to Texas, New Mexico, um, and it wasn't much, but it still was a great experience. This year, I've got to do so much more. Um, as a contestant, it's pushed me to attend more rodeos and also balance the volunteer part because I can't give up service because it's really what keeps me sober.
Well, you still work the arena too, on top of also competing.
Being a contestant,
So
yeah,
you're
I
doing
balance
both.
the
You're wearing
two.
both hats.
Yeah, so far, every at least let's just say every rodeo I've been at, I've volunteered in some capacity.
You're
Although
doing
this
a
year
really good
I
job.
am something. I'm either walking a goat if I'm able, or I'm, doing the rough stock events, lifting barrels, poles, wherever I fill in, because it's a passion of mine to learn, to grow, to make mistakes, because that way I'm gonna know what's right from wrong, and just grow to be the best rodeo professional I can be inside of the ring and royalty inside the ring and out.
Well, not only are you being a badass, you're being a rookie inside the arena. You'd be being the drag for wild drag and stuff like that. So as a contestant and a competitor, so I mean, I think you're working many angles.
I'm doing my best. It's fun to participate and learn about these events, these camp events, like Wild Drag, and to participate is a whole nother story. And to see the recordings, the experience, it's definitely something that I could check off the bucket list. I mean, I'm pretty close to
Check the
riding a
box.
steer. Pretty close to riding these steers. I mean, Vegas especially, it was experience, experience. A permanent experience that has left a mark. Same with Palm Springs.
Stories.
hmm Lots of good stories,
So to go
but I
back
wouldn't
to
change it for the world.
so go back to okay. So you have a lot to share because
Oh,
what has brought you to this point in juncture in in your life.
where we're at,
Yeah, because you came from Shiloh, which is a smaller town even than from Phoenix, and you
solo. Yeah,
okay, Sholo. Okay, I see. I can't even pronounce it
sure.
correctly. Right. So what
Because
made
it's so
you go
small.
from there to Phoenix, and then and now trying to stand up and I mean, right now you've been fundraising, building candles, trying to raise money for your finals for IGRA. So I mean, everybody's doing a hustle, and and still doing it for Community Church of Hope. Talk about
Absolutely. So where I grew up in Holbrook in Sholo, there really wasn't LGBT community. It
so
was
you
just
decided
like
to
a
stand up
couple
and
of
be
us.
one.
Yeah, I decided, I'm going to learn more and be my authentic self. It took a lot of self discovery, a lot of trial, a lot of error. I went to many different high schools. Um, Sholo High School, I was outed within a couple weeks with just telling one person. The experience wasn't very great because it led to bullying, it led to some really nasty um, things that happened. And honestly, I think that is what inspired me to be a cheerleader, an advocate, to try and figure out how to stand up for myself for being such a small person, even though my voice is so loud. Um, I realize all the opportunities don't exist in small towns for someone like me. All I can do is um, find my own path, and figure out how to bring maybe a sense of that back, which is extremely challenging.
See
But
one, do one, teach one.
yes, absolutely. If I can bring any sense of community back to where I come from, it's a blessing. And I've definitely done some work. Definitely can make improvements on the work that I do. But it brought me to Phoenix in 2009. Um, I saw opportunity through work. And then through that, I discovered through um, what was the bar called? It had Inferno Thursdays. And I remember going there as a kid and dancing, and that's where I discovered drag. And through drag, I was inspired, and it took me a couple years before I kind of figured out what it was, how to, you know, paint and stuff like that. So I didn't just jump right into it. I actually studied, took years to, figure it out because it was, something that I was told. I'm very feminine, I'm very womanlike. And so when I saw drag, that kind of gave me that outlet to explore that avenue and figure out how I can identify, is it me or is it not me? And I learned sobriety um, before I even became a drag professional. I gave up alcohol. Uh,
Well, see, you're a big leader in that way too, being sober and leading other people, and that you can do things being sober.
I do my best. I want to provide voices and spaces where it doesn't always have to be misconstrued about alcohol, where people don't have to feel uncomfortable, where people don't have to feel like maybe there's an opportunity of being roofied or something like that. Because it does happen, especially in big prevalent towns with lots of bars, lots of opportunities, which is scary. So any way I can advocate and provide, menu alternatives, or even seeing that in bars, like to the bars that do that, thank you. Like I would love to continue going to these spaces. And I love seeing sober options like, Liquid Death, or even simply Shirley Temples, or I love Red Bulls. So thank you for at least having minimal options. That's great. And some of them even now go as far as having zero proof. Not my thing, but for those who do, power to you. But yeah, I think with alcohol, my experience, you know, it I kind of touched base with this, um, was heavily influenced by someone in my community named Regina Gazelle, and my church. The first couple of meetings I went to, I explored that it would be someone else's fault, like my father, because he was a major alcoholic. But it turned into self reflection in realizing that I myself also was an alcoholic, that it wasn't genetic. It was just, I could see what the future could be. So, starting drag, it really catapulted my confidence because then I grew into pageantry, where I saw you can present yourself on stage as what I saw were leaders or um, advocates, in other words, just people, brand ambassadors, just people who are great role models. And once I saw the opportunity that guys can do it, I started, you know, seeing, exploring. I started drag as a queen. And then once I started that guys can do drag as guys, I was like, wait, that would be more comfortable. Hmm. So then jumped right into that. I embodied Haze, although I started as Hazel. Um, I feel Haze is a brand. Um, it is a shield, it is a protection, it is also a way to be transparent in the kindest form, to just be someone that leads with love and light, and do my best to help anywhere and everywhere, because service is the thing that keeps me sober. Yeah,
He
and
sounds
that
like a
got me into
super.
drag. It sounds like that and a lot of weed, I guess, but it's smoky. When I dropped the letter, it just stuck with me ever since. And my last name Hollywood comes from my drag father, Jason Hollywood, which comes from a prestigious family that leads into the Imperial Court of, um, I think, Palm Springs. Oregon. One of my glam moms, I call her, is Adrienne Alexander, and
Adrian
she's been
Alexander.
just.
Yes, I know.
Hmm. Hmm. She's also a former
She's,
Miss
she's Empress of
AGRA.
Oregon. Yeah.
She's been so many different things. So it's a true honor and privilege to continue a legacy um, that may be generational, but uh, to me, it's great to go back to my roots, and
Support the Imperial
now I
Court.
just, yep, now I just, for gender, I just explore everything. I've grown to be more comfortable just expressing myself fluidly, excuse me. So that way, if I'm feeling feminine, I'm going to be feminine. If I'm feeling masculine, I'm going to be masculine. Um, I enjoy keeping my beard just because it's form fitting for me, although there's times I shave. There's times I come back to doing girl drag. It just depends on my mood. And, I definitely remain authentic to always leaving a good message when I'm on stage. That's my motive every time I want to inspire, uplift, share grit, leave emotion on the floor, and let it have, let you have it. Because at the end of the day, whether I'm going to kick, dance, you know, break it down, get down. I'm gonna truly give it my all. And backstage, I'm always dying. I feel like,
Mhm. Gonna be, I
but
need
it's
some oxygen, please.
literally, but it's an honor. I've kind of switched my mentality in drag because it established. I thought it was going to be a career, but I really just turned it into a hobby. But pageantry to me is a lifestyle that I just keep coming back to because I want to leave a mark, whether it's in my state, whether it's nationwide, just a cute little glitter impact, just a cute little would be great just because it just would make that little child fantasy of mine, seeing my first girl pageant, thinking, damn, that'd be so cool if I can be on stage winning a tiara. Well, it could be, you know, it just very well could be. And now I have sashes and I do have a tiara, so, or a crown.
Well,
And
I mean, like
honestly,
Miss
it's not
Tessa,
just,
she's got a whole history. She's got sash after sash after sash with buckles. You can end up having your own little history of
right.
start your
And for me,
start
that's what
your
this is.
yeah
This doesn't,
your mini
this
history.
represents history. Yeah, this represents history, a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, perseverance. You know, a lot of people look at these as, you know, just a way to be a bully or to do a lot of damage or to put themselves above a title. And for me, this, every time I wear this, it becomes emotional because I know the legacy that one Arizona carries because it's now in its 41st year, um, which is incredible. Not only did we surpass 40 years as our own organization, but we're getting close to 41, 42 now. Like, it's spectacular. So this carries a legacy um,
History is growing.
of familyhood, and you can just see the growth from Misters, Mrs., and then it joined MSs, and then Misters, MASTRs, and it's just incredible now that MXs are involved and MXs non-gender specific or non-binary, queer, trans, you know, anything that doesn't fit or stick to a gender, that's what MX represents, and
It all
it
started
means a
because
lot.
you needed to find gay people and you were it. So you decided that you had to stand up and do it. You were the first beacon for miles. So
So
that's
that was willing to just live, you know, outside, and you know, I didn't let bullying hold me back. I still lived my life, no matter what, and I tried to persevere every time. And through all the adversities, it's taught me a lot of strength. Although I'm a human being and have my bouts of depression and anger, and you know, I realize and come
we all
back
have
to
our
these
things.
memories and moments that truly I can appreciate and hold close to me because it's what's shaping me into being a better person. You know,
What builds you up?
these animals. It's these animals. I blame these animals. They're so sweet and they're so loving, and then you get around them and you just start to like change, drop your guard, and I don't know. I blame
Horses are
the animals
beautiful,
for that.
majestic creatures. So they change your whole.
Your perspective a lot. So yeah,
They're
I've come a
beautiful.
long way, and it's been one hell of a ride. I will tell you that. I haven't gotten outside of Arizona truly very much, other than rodeo and pageantry. Um, and yeah, here we are. Now we're representing Arizona Gay Rodeo Association for the second time. Because the first time we didn't
We
get it
got San
right, so the second time
Francisco,
we
and
gotta
you're going
do
to
it.
be got finals in El Reno, Oklahoma.
And we got a couple different rodeos coming
We got New
up. This
Mexico
weekend is
coming up.
Oklahoma. Safe travels to everyone going to Oklahoma. Yeehaw. And then we do got Zia Regional, which is in Santa Fe. Yeah, and then Buck of the Bay. And then finals. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited because this is going to be my first year in finals as
So
royalty.
what else you got
Yeah.
going on? What are we going to see besides that rodeo or
Ooh.
like
Well,
do you have
that
any
is a
fun?
very No
Do you have
more
any fun?
fundraisers just yet. None just yet.
The,
I
the
do.
candle, the candles wrapped up.
I do have extra candles for sale, of course. The funds really, I've already made all my funds for what I've needed to raise. So I'm very grateful to my family, everyone who's bought a candle, and my fry bread sale. Thank you to anyone who supported and bought because we have managed to raise all funds for IGRA, and all funds for my chapter, AGRA, and my church, which I have to ensure I give back because it means so much to me because
Congratulations.
that's where I got my start. So next step is, um, filling any shows that I can. I know at the end of this month we have the royalty fundraiser show that is for the sashes. And this is for the International Gay Rodeo Association. So we will be performing Saturday, August 25th at 9 p.m. at the Bunkhouse. So please come out because all the funds that we raise are going directly
This is in
towards
Phoenix, then. So
sashes. This is in Phoenix, yes, Phoenix, Arizona. Other than that, I am a alternative delegate for Arizona Gay Association for our convention this year that's being held in Phoenix, Arizona. So I will be applying, paying for all that because we're going to do all that. We're going to do the whole shebang. We're planning ahead. We are envisioning the crown. We're going to be the crown. We're doing this.
sounds like you got a vision.
I do. 2020. Just no glasses. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm really glad that you made all your money. That's awesome. Like, congratulations. That's a big feat in itself. And because for your association and your charity, that's really awesome. It's a lot of work. And so
It
that's a lot.
is. And like I said, I couldn't do it without the support of my local chapter, Bobby Joe. Oh my gosh, Bobby Joe is incredible. And then, yeah, local people, my partner's friends, my family, my rodeo family. Truly, thank you. Like,
Ryan's really
I'm
supportive.
so excited. Absolutely. Um, and yeah, we're planning. We're ready to, give it our all. I've been waiting for this for about 2 years. And yeah, we've come a long way. I'm so glad that I've gotten this experience because I've literally got to be in a Dateline show in Australia representing the rodeo. I have an article about, well, I'm not sure if it's about me or my earring, but my earring, my earrings. I love wearing earrings, and one of them made it in a Spanish article in Santa Fe from Zero Rodeo last year. Man, it was so good. I had to translate most of it, but some of the words I was understanding. So I thought it was very cool and the most inspiring thing to see so much culture and diversity within the gay rodeo. And I can't wait for more. And if you ever want to sponsor any earrings, collaborate, I'm totally game. I'm just like, I love
I'm
earrings.
always down to collaborate. I mean,
Ha-
that's all I can do. I mean,
I'm just saying to any listeners, if you want to help a girl out, ladies need sponsors. I mean, as you can see, we both love wearing pink.
yeah, we're definitely pink
Pinksters.
wearers.
We are. Yes, we are. But I'm not Pinky. I'm Haze.
Well, we share.
But today is Wednesday, and Wednesdays we do wear pink.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That was a mean girl phrase, and we're not mean.
So I want to thank you for joining us today, Hayes. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you, our current guest, Hayes Hollywood. Thank you for so much for being with us today. We have our next guest is going to be Sally Hall. She does the lesbian dances and for the women in San Diego. Has for once a month for the last for years at the Brass Rail. We hope that you walk away inspired to create the difference you want to see in the world. Remember to share the love. See one, do one, teach one, lead one. You are not alone. Pinky's Powerhouse posse grows with every new listener. Join the tribe, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to YouTube. I want to say thank you again. I think we got some cheers. We gotta say thank you, Nate. Oh wait, we gotta get enough
Thank
cheers.
you. Thank
We thank you a
you.
whole lot. We thank you a
I
whole lot.
appreciate I appreciate you having this platform for sharing it. And to everyone listening, just know that you are worth it. No matter what, just see it within yourself that you deserve it and you are always a light. Find it and
You are
be it.
loved.
And you are so loved. Thank you so much for having me. Hopefully, next time you'll see me, I'll have an updated sash with Mx AGRA. Cross your fingers. And thank you so much for this time. This it's been truly an experience. Thank you so much.
Okay, stay right there.